Hey, 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 beautiful earthlings. How's it going? How are the seeds you are sowing growing? Oh, Rex has walked away now because he knows it's not walk time yet. Anyways, welcome to this edition of the Daily Divine. My name is Lisa Diane Lyle, and I am here to support our souls to shine through, regardless of external conditions or conditioning. So, welcome to those of you who are new, and of course, a very warm welcome back to those who continue to show up and to do the inner work and support me and this space. I'm so grateful. And at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, helping us to surrender and unravel into the experience of love at this now moment in time, because we are divine. Are you feeling very divine these days? How's it going? How's the mind? How is the body? How are we doing? Whew, it's a lot. It is a lot. So we're just going to tune in and pull some cards here. I'm not quite sure where it may go today. Physically, we may be feeling like very tired, and it is you're feeling. Listen within and honor as you're receiving and honor yourself. I just am there. And I saw this big bird, red tail hawk. I don't carry my camera on me, my phone. So, yeah, this red swooping through the field. It flew us, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." So proper identification, Mr. Redtail or Mrs. Redtail, who knows? And as it flew by, the sun just hit its tail. I've never seen a red tail so magnificent. And this was the card that popped in. I saw this card, and it was like, the message that came through is that we're doing it. You're doing it. You found your footing again. You found your stability. And so if you're not feeling, perhaps I'm sharing this and you're not feeling that you have your footing or you're not feeling very stable, keep going. Keep going. Keep showing up for yourself because you're doing it. Honestly, you're doing it, and you ought to be very proud. And, spirit, God, the loving universe, sends us these messengers to remind us. And I'm so thrilled this card came out because that is literally the card that popped in when I saw the magnificence of the fanned out red tail. It was just spectacular. I was like, oh, and I was watching it go, and people are like, what is she looking at? I'm like, look, there, it's a bird. It's a bird. Uh, so, we are walking the path of mastery, and we are the gateways, and we're here on Mother Earth to live life our way on our terms. And, it doesn't have to be complicated. We humans complicate things so frigging much, and it's exhausting. And so if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling, like, oh, I just don't know how much more I can take. The end is near. I'm hearing the path has been cleared. I haven't heard this song in a long time. And then yesterday, this song popped in at work, and it was like, oh my gosh, I had to listen to it, of course. Some of you may know it. It's an oldie. I think it's from the days of disco, but it's like, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby, if I can't have you. Uh-huh. Oh. And, it's like people at work are like, what? What are you listening to? Because, of course, I had to listen to it. And then what was even funnier is one of the younger girls at work, I asked her if she knew this song, Listen, Children, to a Story. And she's like, I think I've heard it before. And I said, watch, this lady's going to know it. So I go over to this other lady and I'm like, hey, do you know this song? And I started playing it. She's like, listen, children. So we sang it to the youngin' at work. And she was like, oh, yeah, I think I know that song. But, let us just have fun with life, honestly. I mean, we could get really down in the dumps over everything, like the places we work for, the corporations we work for don't give a shit about us. They change things because it seems good on paper, and in the big scheme of things, it's not really great for anyone. And yet, what are we going to do? Let it crash and burn around them, I say. That's what I say. And I'm really focused. I would encourage us all to be solely focused on our dream breaking through and manifesting into the experience, so that we can go forward and live the life of our dreams simply, with ease, and lovingly co-create. And yeah, let us not get into I always say, like, why do we put so much energy into jobs and the corporation that doesn't give a shit about us? Show up, clock in, and get the flock out when the time is up. And that's it. And the time in between, do the best you can do. Be an optimistic voice, be a positive voice in a world that's lost all sense of reason. So, oh, that one, let's see. Oh, sorry, I just come here to entertain myself, actually. Or I just come here to get entertained. But we've got the Lemurian egg again. Rest, reintegration of divine potentials. Yeah, that's what we're here to focus on, not the jobs. If you have a job that you love and you are feeling fulfilled and satisfied, you know what? Good on you. Keep going. If you just have a job that supports your ability to pay your bills and to live in this world, and then you do what you really enjoy outside of work, that's the key. It's not to get caught up in the office politics. It's not to get caught up in the corporate bullshit. Look, unless you're sitting at the top of that corporate ladder, unless you're up there, you don't really matter. They like to pretend that we do. And yet at the end of the day, they don't give two shits about me and you. And so that's what we must keep in mind and show up for ourselves, taking care of ourselves in ways that helps us to become the solid ground, the solid sacred ground. We don't want to be shaky. And, we can get all up in arms about all the things that, are going on in the world, all the things that these companies are doing. None of them care about us. We must show one another that we care about each other. It was really funny yesterday when I walked in, just as I got into the warehouse. I had been off and I haven't seen some people. And this one gentleman, I quite like his energy. He was like, "Oh, Pinky's here." And he's like holding his heart, and he jumped off and he went to give me a bit of a hug. I was all like startled because there was an audience. I'm like, what are people going to think's going on? There's nothing going on. He was happy to see me. I'm like, did you miss me? And he's like, yeah, I missed you. You weren't here. I've been working so much overtime. I haven't seen you. How are you? And it was so nice. It was actually really quite nice to, you know, uh, to be, in the presence of someone that perhaps maybe sees our light, or, was happy to see us. That was nice. Zach, brother, how's it going? Amen. Thankless at the core. Use you up and then the next. Yeah, like we're just a number. I used to say that to Frank all the time. Because Frank used to bring his jot and it was frustrating. And it's like, turn the BlackBerry off. Like, are they paying you for this extra time to answer emails and texts and all this kind of stuff? Like, shut it off. And I used to say to him, he's like, oh, well, I can't. And I'm like, look, if you were to die, they'll replace you. They're going to replace you with someone else. And so, we should never be so invested in our work where we're undervalued. Many of us are underpaid. Many of us are, they keep it. It's like what happens out there in the world. If you're in Canada, you go to the grocery store, one week it's this price, say 4.99, and then you go next week and it's 5.50, and I'm like, wow, I'm smart, I'm on it, I'm aware. And it's like, but these things by increments. And I find in the job, like, it's a thankless job, honestly. And there is no loyalty, as Zach is saying. And, we're all replaceable. And in fact, quite honestly, what I think they want at the place where I work is they want all the older guys gone, all the people that have been there for 25 years and actually grew the company, grew it up, and, brought it to where it is today. They would like them gone, right? And it would be best if they quit because then they wouldn't have to package them out. And so I would really encourage everyone, like, ultimately live your joy. And if you're not, then perhaps it's time to step back and do some inner reflection. And what is it that's going to make you happy? Because it's not your job, it's not your lover, it's not your children, it's not your parents, it's not anything outside of us that makes us happy. Now, when we cultivate happiness and joy from the inside, then, all these things, the job, the lover, the children, all of this add to our joy. Maybe not necessarily the job, because a lot of us, it's a necessity, right? It's one of those bare necessities. And, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean we can't go out there and joyfully do our job or joyfully contribute to the whole, whether we're recognized for it or not. I always say to people, look, like, especially in my job, we're bottom of the barrel in the place I work, my department. And it's a big responsibility in my departments, and we're not fairly compensated. And what they continue to do, and I've only been working this job for just about 3 years, and what they continue to do is add more work, but you're going to give me, and then not only do they do that, then they have you self-assess yourself, which is a waste of frigging time because they already know how much they're going to give us an increase, or, it's really a kick in the teeth. Since I've been at this job, my wage has gone up 66 cents. And the workload has nearly doubled. And it's like, I'm not doing it. Like, I just refuse to do things. I do what I need to do. And there's other things I'm just not going to do. Like, are you going to compensate me for doing that? Or are you just going to add work to my already heavy workload and just say, well, that's how it goes? Well, yeah, how it goes is I'm not going to do it for you. So we'll see how that works out for you. So yeah, I feel like the big message today is like, focus on you. Focus on what makes you happy. Don't worry about what's going on external. We're not going to change it. We're not going to change it. We're going to change ourselves. We're going to change our life, and we're going to change the experience we have in this life. What are you here for? I am here for the happily ever after, folks. I know it sounds childish. I know it sounds like a fairy tale. And yet that's what I'm here for. And, everyone can shit all over it. I don't care, because that's fertilizer for my garden. It's fertilizer, honestly. Thank you, Zach. You're valued too, brother. No, companies don't give loyalty. They don't even, like I said, they don't care. It's about the bottom line. It's about numbers. Like in where I work, it's the weirdest thing. They do this. So there's unionized workers there. And then those of us in the office are non-unionized. We really should be, because then we'd have some protection, like at least they have. And perhaps wage equity. That would be nice too. But ultimately, they do the strangest things. And now they've done what they call a shift bid, and they've changed the jobs. You're no longer a janitor, you're utilities. Half the janitors in the place aren't going to even know what utilities means, honestly. No shade to anyone. It's the truth though. And we used to have this job where like they unload trailers, they take all the pallets off of trailers, and that job was called a stripper, stripping the trailer. Now it's called salvage. So stupid. It's so dumb. I'm like, salvage. So what? They're going to get on the A phone and say salvage to door, whatever. Like, it's so ridiculous because someone didn't like how stripper sounded. But that's what they were doing. It's so ridiculous. I mean, so I just laugh in the face of all of it. I don't take any of it too seriously. And I feel like that's a big message about life. Like, let us not take it too seriously. Let's not get down on the dumps because, something's changing at the job, or, whatever. We're not going to be doing the job that we love to do. Just, who cares? Like, do you outside of work, boo. Like, the job is just there it's a means to an end, if you will. Hey, Angela Raven, welcome. Zach says we do always joyfully contribute, then they never appreciate it. Yeah, you know, and let us not do things to receive appreciation and recognition from outside of ourselves. Because if we're doing that, we're going to be often, not seldom, we're going to be often disappointed. And we're often going to feel like there's something wrong with us because those who see us see us. And it may not be the guys sitting in the top seat in a corporation like the king of a castle or something like that. They're not going to see us. They want the bootlickers. They want the yes men, the yes women, those who are just going to sit down, shut up, and do your job. And you know what? I'll do my job. I'm probably not going to shut up, though. And I may sit down from time to time when I'm allowed. But let us just, I'm so disenchanted with the external, the view, that I just continue to look around and see the things that reflect you and I, the beautiful trees, the birds, the appreciating the small things. And that's what we're here cultivating, so that everything can, crash and burn around us, and we're still the stable ground, and we're growing. We're fruitful. You are loved, you are saved, rest now and sleep well. So yes, this does feel like a big message from for now, is the rest, because I'm really feeling for myself like this call for rest. Even before I came here, I just went and laid on the end of my bed for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes and closed my eyes. And then I'm like, oh, live. I got to go live. This is my joy. This is my joy every day. This is the highlight of my day, connecting with all of you. And perhaps, if I get a peek of the counterpart, that always lifts me up and puts a smile on my face and in my heart. So, it's the little things. It's the little things that grow into the big, beautiful tree of life. Circle of life, clear energies channel. That's what we're focused on. Staying focused on being the clear channel, staying focused on being the stable ground, staying focused on being the optimistic in a world that's lost its vision, or its vision is clouded by whatever it's shown. Wait till Project Blue Beams hits our skies. Big alien invasion. The aliens are here, folks. Maybe some of us are aliens. Who knows? Who knows? All I do know is that we are divine, and we are here to grow as the beautiful tree of life at this time. So let's get one Journey to Love card. That came quick. Oh, yeah. Again, another 11. The Pearl Threaded. Destiny. We're here for the destined experience, the preordained experience. Ordained by who? The hand of God. And those of you here have climbed yourself up. You've crawled up out of the trenches. Perhaps you got kicked back down and you crawled back up again, and you've begun to mend your own fence. And as a result of mending your own fence, we lay our defenses down. We're not building fences to close people out of our life. We are creating barriers. The fences create the barriers. We are creating boundaries in our life to show those the door who don't fit in our life, who aren't connected to us by this thread of fate, the thread of destiny. That's what I'm here for. And it's like the call we hear within. There's lots of calls outside. Be mad at this. Stand up for this. Stand up for that. If Canada could stand up for its country like it stands up for its hockey team and then makes all these excuses why Canada didn't win, maybe we'd be in a better position. And I said that to some of the people at work yesterday because they were quite upset about this Olympic hockey game, and oh, it was the refs, and oh, they did this, and oh, they did that. It's typical here in Canada when it comes to hockey and stuff. And it's like if people actually stood up for the things that actually mattered, perhaps we wouldn't be in such a mess, right? We wouldn't be in such a mess. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't see the reality because they're looking at the external and they're waiting to be told. Yeah, move to Canada. I don't know. Canada's very expensive to live now. And Canada's kind of crumbling. All the things that once made Canada great, like our top-notch healthcare system, it's crumbling. Canadians, there are many, many Canadians that can't find a family physician. There are many, many Canadians that die on wait lists to get treatment. And yet in this country, we allow new immigrants, new people into the country have access, especially those that claim refugee status. They get access to our services that we pay for, services that a Canadian can't get access to. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's corrupt. And this is how this is how countries are overtaken. You import newcomers, you give them all the resources they need, and the ones who have built the country, the ones who are paying the taxes, the ones who are going to work are struggling and suffering. We have lots of people living in tents and cars. Rent here is like astronomical. It's not what it once was. And still, even in light of that truth, can we still cultivate our own happiness and joy? Yes, we can. We do what we can do. And the one thing people should stop doing is paying their taxes to a corrupt government that sends it around the world to be laundered and then squanders it here on the home front, giving support to non-Canadians as opposed to Canadians who deserve it. Don't file your taxes, folks. They already steal from us when we go to work. And until they can straighten up, that's what would really get the attention, wouldn't it? Mass non-compliance. Don't file your taxes. Let's see how long the government lasts. They won't last for long. We pay their salaries, and they always give themselves big increases while we struggle, but they're making over six-figure incomes. No, it's not milk and honey here in Canada. And I saw this most ridiculous thing on the internet. She calls herself a scholar of the right. She's a wingnut. She fled from the US to come to Canada, and now she's on TikTok begging for money and handouts because it's very hard to live here. Rent is through the roof. They're not allowed to work here, right? Because they're here on a visitor's visa and they're struggling. So now this person who fled from her home country, the USA, to Canada, how ridiculous. Like, we've literally gone insane. The West has had their mind mushied, like just dumbed down. because of their political party or this or that. It's insane, folks. At the end of the day, what are you here in service for? What are you here to experience? I would venture to say love if you're here. Ideas and progression. So, we are getting a lot of inspired hits, intuitive hits. Stick with it. Stick with it. It doesn't, the masterpiece doesn't come together overnight. It takes time. It takes thought. It takes planning. It takes clearing away what's not aligned. And that's what we're here doing. We're aligning. We're not chasing. We're not running after. We're not begging. We're not pleading. We are aligning to our highest timeline, to our highest experience of divine love in this lifetime, which leads us to prosperity because we have fought the battles within. And we know that love wins, not the conditional kind of love. That's fake love. The real love, true love, divine love, the love that never dies. And we're making progress step by step, right? Step by step, we're doing it and we're walking through. So keep going. Don't give up. This is number 7. It's 43. I can see that. It's 7. Chariot energy, forward movement. We got Mercury about to go retrograde, and it's like there's going to be some of the past unfinished business coming back to, wrap itself up or to unfold into the brand new beginning. And that's what this Mercury retrograde is all about. And, so don't be afraid of what's coming up for you or what may be coming back into your experience. This Mercury retrograde feels a little different. It's like we've spent some time over the past year with the Mercury retrograde, reflecting, contemplating, healing, and now anything that remains unfinished, any open ends are coming back to be resolved, cleared up, any misunderstandings, any miscommunication. And so just be open to what's coming your way, what's coming into your experience. Don't get caught up in, just don't get caught up in the external stuff, in the fray. Open your heart. 24 is that 6 energy again, the divine love, the choice for love, the counterpart, the complementary energy in our life that supports us to continue to make progress, to continue to grow, and to continue to sow and to harvest from the seeds that we have already sown. It's love that grows here. Did I leave the kettle on? Just one sec. I did. I certainly did. It's almost dry, but I got my cup of tea. So what inspires you? Keep your heart open. Don't shut down. Don't cower away. Don't hide from life. Get out there and make the best of each day. I love the people are like, oh, I'm just so sick and tired of this weather. It's winter. We've got about 4 more weeks. Well, this time, 4 weeks from now, we'll be in the first week of spring. And they're like, oh, I think I'll be happier when the sun is up until 8 o'clock. Well, don't wish our lives away. Let us not wish our lives away. Let us appreciate each and every day. What? You're going to be happy when it's not winter, so you can't complain about the cold, but you'll complain about the heat then. It's like Mother Earth is an insane asylum. Oh, yeah. So stay inspired. We're receiving inspired thoughts and ideas. It's like time to give up the idea that you're not good enough. Time to throw away the idea that you can't achieve what it is you're here to do. Time to get rid of the ideas or the thoughts or the ego that says, no, you are not worthy of that. Forget that. Bark up another tree, or whatever that saying is. Barking up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree there. That's not for you. Oh, I say poo poo. I know what's for me. You know what's for you. And through our heart, we receive the inspiration because we trust our intuition. And that's another 7 again. Listen to your inner guidance. Seriously, I'm so grateful you all come here and support me and the channel and yourself in your own life. At the end of the day, though, you already know what's right for you. I don't know. I very few of you have I met in the flesh. I only know you from here. And so don't say, oh, well, Lisa said, or Lisa. No. Lisa knows what's best for Lisa. Zach knows what's best for Zach. Angela knows what's best for Angela. And add your name there. You know what's best for you. All I can do, the intention of all of this is to share my heart with you and to share my love with you and my story, because mine is a story of rising to our glory. Mine is a story of a miracle, as I suspect yours is as well. And so I'm grateful to be in a place in life that I'm able to come and share, and that those of you here see value in what's shared here. And then you go and work in your own life with your own tools, perhaps slightly inspired or a little inspired by something I've shared here. Don't take my word as the final word. Don't take my word above anything that you feel on the inside, because that would be giving your power away to me, and that would be not a good thing to do. Hey, Wolf Mother. Welcome, sis. How's it going? Check out this class. Oh, you're maybe not old enough to know this classic, but yesterday at work, all of a sudden this song popped in. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, oh. I don't know why it popped in. It's a cute song. I love it. And, it's like, if we can't come home to ourselves, how are we ever going to be at home with anyone else? That's what I was feeling about that. I mean, I would be lying if it didn't bring something into my mind. Again, though, like, we're all allowed to have our dreams. We're all allowed to be inspired by our own feelings. And it's so important that we continue to trust our intuition and be grateful for what is here now, not for what might come, what's down the road, what next year will bring. Let us be grateful in the here and now for the beauty that surrounds us, the love that abounds, the gifts of peace, the gifts of connection to source and undying love, and the gift of being a multi-dimensional vessel of divine love. Here now to have an experience as an earthling, a divine human, and we're doing great. You're not late. There's no debate. 1, 2, or 3, and I'll pull some cards. I'm going to get us one final card for all of us, and then 1, 2, or 3, and we'll do some return to spirit messages. And then I've got to go walk this guy who's waiting by the door, sighing from time to time. You may hear him. So many 11s. Tomorrow when we come here, we're going to count all the ones that we got this week in 3 days. We must have 11 ones. Make a wish. You're the alchemist. You're the magician. You were born for this. You weren't born for the bullshit of the corporate world. I mean, unless you're here climbing the corporate ladder and stepping on people's heads and stuff as you go, those of us here, we're here to sow different seeds. We're here to co-create with the divine our experience of heaven on earth. And as we do, it grows. And then other children are like, hey, what are they doing? I want to live in heaven too. And then we begin to all operate from our heart space, the true compass in this lifetime. There was a reason they had everyone standing 6 feet apart 6 years ago or whatever it was, when the insanity flew across the planet, the bug. Uh, did you love yourself through it, or were you afraid? I loved myself. I was more outraged at the insanity of it all, honestly. Um, yeah, this isn't about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about manifesting in the energy of the magician, bringing into the experience our experience of heaven on earth. I'm not sure, Angela. I haven't checked my emails. I'm focused right now, just on the home front and getting through this first week of back at work. And my little cat is not doing very well at home, so I don't really have much bandwidth for anything outside of my experience so much. So I will get back. I will respond to your email. Just be patient with me. It may not be until Friday when I'm home. So I am home now, but you know what I mean. Like I'm just I've had to put a bit of a pause on my readings and stuff for now too, because there's a lot that sometimes we have a lot going on, and there's a lot going on externally. And for those of us here holding a high vibe, it does take effort on our part, and it does require our devotion to our own heart and our path. And so that's where I'm really at these days. I'm happy to say Tristan made it through the day yesterday, and he was out here this morning trying to eat a little bit. I think he did eat a little bit. And I'm really just praying that he holds on until my son gets home so we can do the right thing together as a family. So that's kind of where I'm at these days. So I haven't really been looking into my emails at all. But what do you believe about what do you believe about yourself? What are you here for? Who are you? Why are you here? Do you believe that your wishes and dreams can come true? Do you believe that you have the power of the magician, the alchemist, the alchemical, miraculous transformation in your life, miraculous alchemy in our lives unfolding? I do. And it's not easy. I've been so solely focused for 16 months now. It's like I've run a marathon. Don't apologize, Angela. Don't apologize. Um, I've been so solely focused, and it's been an act of love. It's been an act of service to myself, an act of love, holding the vision, sticking with it, not turning back when it doesn't seem to be appearing as I had hoped or wished or anything like that. Stick to the vision. I'm still solely focused on the same vision, and it requires dedication and devotion on my part. I'm so committed to a relationship I have not ever been in. I've never felt more in a relationship than one I'm not even in. It's actually quite beautiful. And it actually is quite beautiful because it is born of love without condition. There's nothing that needs to change externally for me to continue to love and hold space for the love of a lifetime, for the counterpart experience. And so, whatever your vision is, I would encourage you to stick to that as well, because no one else can bring into the third dimension our vision. That's our work to do. And, some may say, oh, well, if it's work, it's just work in keeping ourselves on track and remaining faithful and continuing to cultivate the serious disclosure. Yeah, but I don't think anyone here knows the particulars of it. So I'm all about disclosure. I've got nothing to hide. I know how I feel on the inside. I know the messages I'm receiving. And so I remain faithful in that. And I've probably never looked more crazy to some people than I have in the last year. And the select few that know my vision, every once in a while will ask, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's still going good. Oh, so have you guys gone out? No. Are you guys talking? No. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though, because in my heart, in my experience, I feel peaceful about it all. I feel loved and supported. And so I just heard God's plan will not be thwarted. So, 1, 2, or 3, and we'll get you a return to spirit oracle. And then I'm going to go and traipse around the streets for 45 minutes. Number 1, the violet flame. Call on Saint Germain. If you're having if you're having struggles clearing away cluttered thoughts, if you're having any issues, call on Saint Germain and the violet flame of transmutation. That's what we're here for. And we may be the log in the fire that has to burn, or the tree in the forest that has to burn for the seeds to be disseminated, to scatter the seeds upon the earth for the new to grow. And we are truly like the phoenix that rises out of the flames of what has been our life. I've said it here many times before. I've been making my own choices and decisions since 1984, and a lot of those didn't work out well for me. The one that's worked out well for me is cleaning up my act and taking responsibility for how I feel on the inside without making my life someone else's responsibility. So I feel like that is the message for you here, those of you guided to number 1. And I'm hearing that you are clear. You are a clear channel. So you are receiving guidance at all times. Are you listening to that guidance on the inside? Not the guidance that comes from here. Are you listening to the guidance that comes from inside of you? So that's it for you, number 1. Number 2. I'm all about full disclosure, Zach. I'm glad you needed to hear that, Wolf Mother. Awesome. I love you all. Not just because you resonate with me. If you were guided to number 2, va-va-voom, you are in your power and you're growing more confident in your power each and every hour. The more you trust yourself, the more you stick to your vision. That's the thing, folks. As much as I have a vision in my mind, my heart is set on the experience of the divine lover in this lifetime, the one who we seeded this love story a long time ago. So regardless of whether that individual chooses to open and move towards me, it doesn't change the fact that I'm growing in my stability, that I'm growing in my power, that I'm growing in love, that gifts are opening up in my daily life. I feel stronger and better than I ever have before. That's the beauty of bringing our solar plexus back online, aligning with our true power, not giving our power away. I could have given up a long time ago on this. I could have given up. And there's some that said you should have given up. Why? I know what I feel. I know the messages I'm receiving. I know what I've seen. I'm not giving up. Why would I give up on me or him or any of this? I wouldn't. And yet, if he chooses not to move towards me, am I going to die? Is my life going to be over? No. because there will be something. I was going to say something better, but how does it get better than true love? It doesn't. It doesn't. There'll be something else. There'll be a soulmate as opposed to a twin flame. Whatever. What is important? I guess the reason for saying that is what's important is that we remain in our power. If I put all my power in that individual, then I'm not, why give them that responsibility? They're taking care of their stuff. We take care of our stuff. And with any luck, we all come into our personal power, and then we come together from a solid space, not to possess another or to overtake another, to harmonize with the other. Two trees, and in the center, where's that card that from yesterday? That was a beautiful card, and it was from the Tree Angel Oracle, and it was the visual I see all the time. The hawthorn. It's like Khalil Gibran's musings and writing on marriage. The two trees, solid, stable ground, each of them, and they choose one another, the sacred lover, and they grow. Like, she's got her apple, he's got his leaf in his heart, and they grow this beautiful flower together, this beautiful life that is guided by the heavens, that is ordained by the hand of God, that is intended for healing and expansion and continued soul growth of the individuals and what they co-create together. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, people. We're beautiful, beautiful people. And so stay in your own personal power. Don't give your power away. Your power resides right here and right now with the next breath that you take. So that's my message for you, number twos. And we're moving on to number 3. Yeah, Zach says, take me back to 1984 as a grown, confident, accomplished, stable individual, not a vulnerable, terrified child. Right. And, I guess the truth of that is, Zach, is we show up for that terrified child. We show up for that terrified child because I can assure you that this child was not capable of making any rational decisions in 1984 that were going to lead her forward in the best possible way. And so as the 14-year-old Lisa, I was making choices and decisions that led me away from my beautiful heart, that led me astray, that had me doing things that I knew weren't right or true for me or were wrong. And yet I did them anyway to be a part of what? So number 3, here is your card. This is about independence. It's the feline energy, bravery, courage, strength, independence. And even in partnership, even in connection, there still is the independent. There still is the individual. It's not like the whole thing is the relationship. No, within the relationship, within a stable relationship, there are two individuals who continue to cultivate and grow in their own unique way. And perhaps, share the way they did it. Support one another to continue to evolve and grow. We're not here to stagnate. We're here to continue to grow and elevate. And so with that being said, everyone, I feel like that's all I really am guided to share here today. They're saying, look at the bottom card, the caretaker card. You care for me. I care for you. We care for the life we create. We care for our fellows, our sisters and brothers. This is about the beautiful footprints we leave in the world. And sometimes the caretaker feels tired. Sometimes the caretaker needs more rest. And sometimes the caretaker's focus is inner, so that the caretaker takes care of themselves, so that they can continue to serve in integral ways. And that's who we are. We're the ones here serving in integral ways, living our life of enchantment each and every day, doing life in our way, on our terms. We're not causing harm to our fellows, and we're no longer causing harm to ourselves. We've been disarmed, and now we are growing and fortifying in the space of unconditional love, the love that never dies, the source that eternally is guiding us to elevate, to co-create. And so I thank you, Angela. I always want to call you Angel. Angela, Zach, and Wolf Mother, I thank you so much for showing up. You guys are so good to me and good for me. I just love you so much. And I thank you for your kindness and the love that you pour into my life. Honestly, I am eternally grateful in the here and now. So, with that being said, we'll be back here tomorrow for Whimsical Wednesday. It's always a whimsical day around here. Elmer Fudd. Oh my gosh. Around here. It's always a whimsical day around here. And I just want you to know, all of you, that I see you, I feel you, I love you. And I thank you so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. And I hope something here has been a drop of love and inspiration into your cup. Until tomorrow, everyone, take good care of you. Oh, and remember, wishes and dreams do come true. Yes, yes, they do. See ya.